Welcome to the 7 in 7 Information channel. We're here to surprise you with fascinating facts. If you're ready, let's get started without wasting any time. 1. The origins of Valentine's Day are not romantic, but rather dark. Known today as the Day of Love and Romance, February 14th does not have an innocent history. During the Roman Empire, a festival called Lupercalia was organized. In this festival, young men would draw papers with the names of women and make a random match. But what is really interesting is that some historians trace the origin of Valentine's Day to the execution of Saint Valentine. According to legend, Emperor Claudius forbade young men from marrying because he believed they made better soldiers when they were single. But Saint Valentine continued to marry couples in secret. When he was caught, he was imprisoned and executed on February 14. It is even said that before he was executed, he fell in love with a girl in prison and wrote her a letter saying, "You're Valentine." This is perhaps the reason why today millions of people around the world say, "Will you be my Valentine?" In short, the origins of Valentine's Day are not so much about flowers and chocolates, but rather about bans, executions, and secret love stories. What do you think? A bit creepy, isn't it? 2. Valentine's Day is the second most sent card day in the world. If you received a card on Valentine's Day, you are not alone. Around 145 million Valentine's Day cards are mailed every year, making it the second most sent holiday after Christmas. But what's really interesting is that most of these cards are sent by students in schools. Children write little Valentine's Day cards to each other in their classrooms, sometimes as a sweet gesture and sometimes as a form of childish flirtation. Teachers are also one of the most frequent recipients. So in fact, Valentine's Day has become a day not only for couples, but for many people to give each other a little happiness. Of course, there is a counter to this. Some people see Valentine's Day as a commercial game and find it completely unnecessary. But after all, can it be a bad thing to write someone a heartfelt card and make them feel loved? 3. Women buy their own flowers. Yes, you heard right. About 15% of women who buy flowers on Valentine's Day buy them themselves. And why is that? Some of them do it just to pamper themselves, because who says a woman has to have a partner to buy flowers? Others do it to send the message, "I love myself even if no one cares about me." Others send flowers to themselves so that they don't feel lonely when they see everyone at work receiving flowers. The opposite is also possible. In other words, there are those who act on the logic of, if you want to get flowers from your partner, buy them for yourself first and see how they make you feel. Self-pleasure or societal pressure, that's a bit controversial. But one thing is certain, flowers always make the soul beautiful. 4. Which country spends the most money on Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day is not just a romantic day, it is also a giant economy. Billions of dollars are spent around the world, but which country spends the most? As you might have guessed, the US comes out on top. Americans spend around $25 billion on Valentine's Day every year. The average spending per person is around $200. Most money is spent on flowers, chocolates, jewelry, and dinners. But here's the interesting thing. In the US, Valentine's Day gifts are bought not only for lovers, but also for friends, family members, and even pets. Yes, you heard right. Americans spend around $1 billion on their pets every year. 5. Valentine's Day in Japan works in reverse. In Japan, February 14th is all about women giving chocolate to men. But men don't immediately reciprocate. Instead, a month later, on March 14th, White Day is celebrated and men reciprocate by giving women white chocolate or other gifts. But here's the more interesting part. In Japan, chocolates are divided into levels. If a woman is really in love with a man, she gives him Hanmai Choco True Love chocolate. If it's just a friendly gesture, it's Giri Choco obligatory chocolate. Even bosses and coworkers receive such chocolates. Do you think this tradition is romantic or a bit too systematic? 6. The world's most expensive Valentine's Day gift. In 2011, the famous actor Richard Burton presented Elizabeth Taylor with a 69-carat Taylor Burton diamond. It was worth $1.5 million at the time, but today it is worth at least $15 million. This may be one of the most expensive expressions of love. But the question is there really priceless love? Or is it not the size of the gift that matters, but the thought and meaning? 7. Why write XOXO on Valentine's Day? You have often seen the phrase XOXO in Valentine's Day messages or notes full of love. But what does this symbol actually mean, and where does it come from? The letter X represents a kiss. In the Middle Ages, when signing documents, illiterate people would replace their name with the letter X and then place a kiss on top of the sign. Over time, the X symbol became a universal sign for a kiss. The letter O symbolizes a hug. Although it is not known for certain how the letter O came to represent a hug, some historians believe it was because Jewish immigrants used the letter O as a signature when they arrived in the United States. According to another theory, the letter O symbolizes arms around each other and a warm hug. XOXO equals kisses and hugs. So, have you ever written XOXO to someone? Or do you just use the classic heart emoji? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning something new today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who love interesting facts. Let us know in the comments what amazed you the most, or if there's a topic you'd like us to cover next. See you in the next video. Stay curious.